So how's it going, guys? We got a Proton Iriz today. We'll be replacing the transmission oil. So this car is a manual, so it's a manual gear oil that we are replacing. So basically what we need to do is this box needs to come off because the filler will be just buried right under there. Okay, and to drain in, that will be the tube right there. Okay, to drain it. But of course, rule of thumb is, of course, make sure you get the filler plug open first before you remove that, because if the filler plug is not removed and the oil is already out, that's where you're basically screwed. Okay, gear oil that we'll be using will be this ATW90. So we do need actually 3 bottles because it takes at least 2.5. This has no dipstick, or there's no way of measuring how much oil that's needed. So of course the best way is to get an empty container, fill it up, measure it, and then of course what you drain out is the same amount that you're going to put in. Okay, so guys, let's begin by removing the air box. What I'm doing right now, I'm just dislodging the air box with the air intake pipe or the throttle body pipe. And of course this box consists of 4 clips, and just remove those clips and off the box go. Now we're removing the base for the air box. I think it's held on by a couple of 10mm screws. Just remove the screws, and there is one more connector that you need to remove. I will show you in a second. Okay, it's a 10mm bolt just right where is the other. That 10mm bolt just mentioning the connector will be just right here. Okay, now carefully remove the base of the air box assembly. As I was mentioning earlier, the filler for the gearbox oil is actually buried where the air box is. So once the air box has been removed, you can actually see a better picture where is the filler. The filler, if I have a look, will be just right here. See? Will be just right there. So that's actually the speedometer where it reads all the kilometer readings on the car. So all you have to do is just remove that gently and then fill that up right there according to your oil measurement that you drain out. So guys, to get a better view, to fill up the gear oil is where the speedometer sensor is. It's held on by a 10mm bolt. So all you have to do is just remove the 10mm bolt, slowly remove this sensor, and this is where the gear oil actually goes in. Alright guys, just gently wiggle it out slowly. Take your time, it is a bit hard, but just slowly wiggle it, eventually it will come out. Okay, so guys, this is what you call the speed sensor that is attached to the gearbox, that we're going to put the oil in from this area. So guys, now let's start draining the gear oil, the old gear oil. It's this drain plug, it's a Allen key size 6, I think H6 it is. So guys, once the oil finished draining, I just sprayed a bit with brake clean just to tidy it up from oil residue. Shut the drain plug and just clean out any oil residue, and just tighten as like normal, not too very tight, because it's just a small plug. Just by feel, as long as it's tight, it's good enough. Okay, so guys, that's the gear oil that came out from the transmission. like I said, we do need to measure it. So what I do is I got an empty container with a slight measurement on the side. So what we're going to do is going to transfer that there and see how much that's already in. Then we're just going to fill up exactly the same amount as the way we drain it out. Okay. If you look here, guys, the oil actually came out, it's probably around 1.8 liters. So that's 1 liter, 2 liters. So we're sitting somewhere around there. So give and take 1.8, some 1.8, 1.9. Maybe just give it a bit allowance of 50 mil in between. So that's fine. So we'll probably put it on somewhere around 1.9. Okay. So guys, at the moment right now I'm feeding the oil into the gearbox. Use this long funnel with a hose. They're pretty easy to use and then they avoid spills everywhere. So basically that we measured before was 1.8 liters, somewhere around that region. So we'll fill it back the same level as we actually drain the whole oil out, okay? And now just putting back the speed sensor back to its place. And not forgetting this 10mm bolt actually secures the speed sensor back to its position. So guys, that's basically done of changing in gear oil on this Proton Iriz. After the job's done, basically just reverse of what you remove from this airbox area and just return it back all to its position.